Hello, Christopher. See Mark is joining as well.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. How about you?
Good, thanks. Just a little bit of a cold, so I'm just going to listen today.
No worries at all. If you have any questions, you can just let me know right now in the beginning, or you can add them in the chat and I'll make sure to answer them.
One of the things I was wondering is, I know you guys offer a lot of services. There's several school groups, etc. Is there one place that sort of concentrates it all in, lists everything that you guys do, the various groups, just to make sure I'm looking at the right stuff?
Yeah, so right now, the two groups that we are working on is this one, the SEO Elite Circle, and then we have the AI Profit Boardroom. And those are two distinct because this one is more about SEO work. Of course, we talk about AI in the use of SEO work as well. There's a specific course for AI strategies for SEO. But the other one, the AI Profit Boardroom, is more directly about AI technologies, what's happening in the latest trends in AI, and also a lot of classrooms and is to work with AI agents and so on, automations, basically a lot of automation processes there. So those are two different groups. And yeah, if you're interested in AI automation and stuff, then you can probably join that group as well. And this is more about SEO. But those are the two main groups right now.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries at all. Hey, Mark, how's it going? I can see you join as well.
Good morning.
How's it going? Everything good?
Yes.
Awesome. Let me just hear somebody else is coming in. Nobody. Mark, while we're waiting for others to join as well, do you have any questions? Something that you would like to discuss for today's meeting? Doesn't have to be a question, but we can also discuss some topics if you're interested in.
Not on everything right now.
Okay. See. Oh, by the way, GPT-5 was introduced right now. If any of you tried it so far?
Yeah, I've tried it. We've had mixed results. From what I've read, it's getting better. It was making some ridiculous mistakes that I was seeing. And I was actually in there the other day and I see they added back the ability to select the model.
Yeah.
Because I think they were trying to decide for you what model to use and they were getting bad results. And I think everybody pretty much complained and now they're backing up to give more flexibility.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to mention it on this meeting today, because I tried to use it. And to be honest, the results that I was getting, I was not that satisfied with it. In my opinion, the GPT-4 was much better in giving responses than a GPT-5, but I guess it's a new thing and they're going to work on it to improve it basically. I was testing it out for a couple of things, even for some, like it was making some mistakes or giving some answers overly complicated without reason for some of the stuff, or for something that I wanted to create there. But yeah, I was just interested about any other experience so far, because to be honest, I was not that satisfied. I was happy at the beginning when it came out, but I think that still the 4.0 version was better. On the other hand, I know that the CEO of OpenAI mentioned that they are still working on GPT-5 and that they are making improvements. So hopefully in some time it's going to be much better. Let's wait for a couple of minutes to see if anybody else is going to jump in, basically. In the meantime, let me know if there's anything you'd like to discuss. I know that you said you don't have anything right now, but yeah, if there's anything, just let me know.
I just don't know what to do anymore, so I'm just watching and listening.
Do you have any roadblocks with the campaign? Like, how's it going? Yeah, you can maybe update me about that, because I know that we discussed it 2-3 weeks ago. So yeah, I would be interested to hear if you can share what's going on.
I haven't really done anything because I'm just stuck. I don't know what to do. Well, I've done all of the basic SEO stuff, like the title tag and the H1, H and stuff like that, and optimize images and things like that. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem to ever make a difference. In my opinion, my site is just so jumbled up. I just don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be hard to basically get off the ground. Sometimes when the algorithm is going against you, it's really hard to beat it. But can you show me the domain one more time so I can probably check while you're waiting here?
It's denversolutions.com.
Oh yeah, here it is in my search bar. So the main pages here are the training pages, right? That's from the main menu. When you go to training, those are the main pages.
Yeah, that's her thing, is to sell the courses. Now, she doesn't do the recorded video courses. They're all on Zoom and live and interactive. And so I'm competing with all of the people doing the video courses. I just can't seem to gain any ground. And the backlink process is so painfully slow. But
Are you doing any backlinks?
Yeah, I've sent in a couple of those press things when people are just asking questions or putting their articles. I've answered a couple of those.
Yeah.
Remember a few weeks ago, I can't remember the guy's name. He had the British accent, but he was talking about how he has his money page optimized, but it always sends people to the home page.
Oh yeah, it was Tommy, I believe. Yeah.
Tommy, yeah.
Yeah.
That does remind me of a question I had. Does it help if that's happening? Because that happens to me. The solution-focused training keyword always goes back to the home page on the search result. Does it help to put more internal links to the solution-focused training page?
Absolutely. I would always recommend to basically link from various different places to the main pages, to the pages that you would like people to come in, or you would like to gain some traction there, because the way that even the crawlers, the bots, are checking the website is throughout the internal linking structure, right? That's why also the sitemap is important as well for the website, to have the scheme of what are the pages and what are the important pages of the website. But if you make a proper internal structure, if you connect from different articles, from different pages on the website to those main pages, I think that is one of the ways to basically push for those pages and to try to send a signal to Google, to the bots, that this is the page that is very important and that you would like to push. You can definitely try with that. I'm also checking your website right now, and I can see I'm checking it on Ahrefs. Let me see. Do you have Ahrefs, by the way? I cannot recall if you're using it or not.
I have subscribed to that place called Flickover. It's $150, but you get tons of tools and stuff. So I've used SEMrush a lot. I used to have just a SEMrush subscription, but I just don't use it enough to justify the $3,000.
I know what you mean. That's why I asked you, let me share my screen so you can see the latest results while I hear your website on Ahrefs. Here it is. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So one thing that it's interesting here, let me just take this screen off my way. Yeah, here it is. So I can see that, for example, the traffic is going good in the last couple of months. These are not very big changes, right, in the changes of traffic, but at least it's going in the positive direction. And this can be an indication of how the website is performing, but also of that when you're going down, then probably you have some issue, like the website is penalized by Google for some reason, and then the traffic instantly starts to go down. This is not the case here, as we can see, but as you said, it is going up, which is good to see. But as you said, it's not a lot. So basically, it's not a steady situation as well. One thing that concerns me here, though, is the DR. As you can see, these are the changes just from 2nd of July, and it dropped by 21. Let me see here. Dropped by 7 points here. So it was 28 in June, just a month ago, and now it's 21. And previously it was increasing. It went from 23 to 28. Now it's going down. I'm not sure why this is, but yeah, I would suggest for you to keep going for the efforts for the backlinks, because that's one of the ways to increase the domain rating for the page, because it's right now, it seems to have some issue with the domain rating. Do you maybe have some insights regarding this that I'm not aware of?
I don't know. It's usually been around 19, but I usually look at SEMrush, so it might be a little different number just because it's two different places.
Yeah, let me. See here. By the way, this is a good right now thing here on opportunities regarding link building that can help you out. Basically, if you do not want to do a lot of research on it and basically waste a lot of time on that, or if it's overwhelming, in the opportunity tab, there's a lot of things like low-hanging fruit keywords. And usually what this does is trying to pick up the high volume keywords that are position 4 to 15. So basically they're on the first page or on the second page, but I usually expand this to position 20 to see what's going on, to find out the best opportunities for link building. While I'm here, when you're doing the link building, are you focusing on some target keywords, or how do you approach the link building strategy?
I got this new thing from AppSumo. It's called Press Ranger, and it works like Hero or whatever it was. Like journalists or just bloggers will submit a question, and then I get my wife to answer it, and then she gets a link. I'm just basically getting a link to her website. A lot of times it's just not in the context of my keywords. I'm just trying to build the links to the timbersolutions.com.
Yeah. So all of the backlinks, do they mainly go to the homepage of the website when you click on the link? Yeah. So that's maybe one of the things here why your keywords are getting pushed to the homepage, as you mentioned as well. Because if you're building the links to the homepage, then you give signals that the homepage should be pushed, but you're not building any links to these other pages, right? So that can be one of the issues here. But for example, I can see here that solution focused therapy. You have this page here that is ranking for your website. This is actually very high search volume, position 19 at the moment, and this is a pretty competitive one. So it's good that you're right now on position 19, because I know that you also aren't doing any link building specific targeted focus for these pages. Let me check this page as well, because this is a lot of search volume, right? Right now you're on the 19th position, but if you manage to get this keyword into the first page, then you have a chance to get a piece of that cake out of those 6.3K volume, which is a lot. And yeah, the issue is when you're on this, even if you're a good position like 19, that's not too bad for a very competitive keyword, but that's second page of Google, and probably nobody goes there at these times. Right now, even with the AI overviews, even the first page has less visits, but it's still very good and very beneficial.
Yeah, I actually did this page because of the high search volume. So I've gone from 100 down to 19, which surprises me because it's usually in the 40s, but I just don't. I think it's just so choppy and long, and what you do with it.
Yeah, I'm checking it right now to see one thing right now that is very important. I know that, as you said previously, we were discussing, I believe a couple of weeks ago, that this is academic work and it's a lot of writing based on science and facts. But I think that you should try to find that balance between the science and for the content to be a bit more attractive for the user to see. I believe that it would be good to have a little bit of less content, let's say, here on the page, because this is a lot. And even if you have a lot of content, that's not an issue, but I would probably try to make it a bit more interactive, let's say, or a bit more attractive to the eye for the user. So in this situation, I would say you're missing some images throughout the content. That's also really important right now. I know that you said it's usually live sessions on Zoom, so you don't have any videos. I can see one video here that is added. But right now, it's really important to try and introduce images and videos throughout the pages, and to try to, for example, if you have a chance to include some chart within the article or some graph summarizing some of the details written here, that's also very good, because in this form like this, long form content, it's pretty hard to push for. So you can maybe look into that. And then you can also try to use some AI tools as well that can help you in terms of, okay, this is my text. Can you create some chart out of it? So it doesn't need to write the content for you, the AI engines, but you can use them for formatting the text, right? To keep the same text, the same information, nothing added, nothing written new, but to try and format it a little bit better for the page. One thing as well that I'm noticing here, the meta title and the meta description. So for example, for this page, I can see here that the description is 269 characters long. So that's not very good, because the meta description should be up to 160 characters. That's not words, that's characters, everything counts. And the title should be up to 60 characters. And right now for this one, it's 80 characters. You should keep that on mind as well. There is actually a very good Ahrefs generator that is free tool to use. Here it is. I'm going to send it in the chat right now. Here it is in the chat. And there's also one for meta titles. Let me see if I can find that. Well, yeah. Here it is. And I'm sending it. You can see the links I'm sending in the chat. I'm not sure if sometimes it doesn't work. Okay. So you can check those links. So basically how they work is you add some description about what the page is about. And you can even choose the tone of voice, formal, friendly, casual, professional, diplomatic, based on you have also academic as well. I think that will be a good fit for the content you have. So this could be really useful because this generator also keeps the titles up to 60 characters and the meta descriptions up to 160. Because this should be a bit shorter and more catchy, let's say. That's really important right now. And as I said, right now, for this page specifically, it's 269 characters at the moment. So that will be one thing. Try to format the text a little bit more. And yeah, try to insert some images, graphs, infographics, anything from that end. I can see that you're doing internal linking, external linking, which is good. Let me see here. You actually have a lot of keywords to this page. What is solution-focused therapy? The highest volume ones are all here. Solution-based therapy. And these are pretty competitive ones. So it's good that you have them. Questions. Let's see what else we have. What would you say are the kind of like the main keywords that you're going after? Because I'm just quickly checking the website, like what is the main keywords, the main topics, or what would be the ones that you would like to be on the first page, let's say? What is the most important things?
A solution-focused therapy training.
Let's see. Solution-focused. How did you say solution-focused?
Yeah. Solution-focused therapy training or solution-focused training.
Let me see if you're already ranking for some of these here. Denver solutions. Yeah, you're probably here. Oh, for this one, for example, you're on the third position on the first page. This is good for solution-focused therapy training. This is actually pretty good. It's on the homepage as well, as you said, but it's good that they're there. What was the other variation you mentioned?
Just solution-focused training.
Let's see about here. You're on the 5th position, which is also good, but there's room for improvement. But yeah, so ideally you would like for these ones to be on this page, right? Not on the whole page.
Oh, if you look at go up to the very top in the heading where it says workshops, way up, yeah. And then click on the solution-focused training for clinical staff.
Yeah. So
I have a page like this. It's just for solution-focused training, but yeah, that link on the homepage always gets ranked. That's where it always sends people instead of to this. But now I reformatted this page so that it's easier to read, to have the courses numbered there and then bolded headings.
yeah, the format is much better than the other one, to be honest. Process is good. You know, I know, we're getting keywords here to see what's going on. I think that one of the things that you are missing to push these pages is basically to start building some links to these pages instead of the homepage. Do you have any, I don't know, like control, or can you request when they're linking back to you, like what kind of anchor text would you like, or what will be the page that you would like to push? Do you have any control over that for the link building? You do, right?
On the types of things I'm responding to, or I'm having my wife respond to, she sets up a profile. It's just her picture and name and then her website. and that's what they use to link to. But a lot of the stuff is really in the context of solution-focused training. They're just
Yeah.
asking a therapist to answer a question, or they're asking for something a therapist does to encourage clients, just questions like that. Or what do you do to keep clients engaged? Those kind of questions. So they're not really in the context of training therapists.
Yeah. I think this is something that you are missing out right now, basically to have a bit of more focused link building for the pages. For example, the way that I approach a strategy when I work on a website is try to identify the highest volume keywords within the need. So that's easily done in HS or some of these other tools as well. I know that you can do that also in SEMrush. I'm not sure about the other tool you mentioned to use right now because I haven't used it. But if there is data on the search volume for keywords, I can also even export that for you from HS and I can send it over. But basically, you need to find that high volume keywords that are not that competitive and to start pushing the anchor text to be included. It doesn't have to be exact match, but if it's, let's say, solution focused therapy, it can be a more natural anchor text that will be longer, but with that keyword included in the anchor, right? So if it's just a link going back to the page, or is it just branded Denver Solutions, that's fine still. You can get some authority out of that. But on the long run, you're not targeting the keywords that you would like. It's really important for the keyword to be included with the link, because that's how you send the signal that this is the keywords that I want to rank for. And this backlink is supporting that process, is going back to this keyword that is important for my page. And then you can also add the landing pages instead of the homepage, sorry. Because if you add all the links to the homepage, then you're just giving the signal that you're pushing the authority of the homepage, that you would like the main focus to be on the homepage of the website, which is, as you said, not the case. You want people to go to these service pages as well.
What would you do? Like, where would you try to find places to reach out to for those types of links?
Actually, I believe that in the last update I shared, I added the classroom of outreach templates. So you can check that out as well. We have a bunch of emails templates on how you can reach out to bloggers or to webmasters. What I would do, to be honest, is I would try to find good websites with articles that are already posted. So not forums, directories, something like that. I would find articles that are talking about something similar to what your page is, right? To solution focused therapy, something connected to the niche that you're in. And then when you find the article, then I would just suggest for you to reach out to the webmasters. Usually for every website you have in the contact section, you have some emails that you can reach out to, or you can go to they probably have a contact form as well. So you can check those things. Sometimes a lot of the bloggers will ask for some compensation for the links. Probably you can get some for free as well, but I cannot promise that because it's a big business and a lot of people, especially for high quality websites, they ask for some compensation for the link to be inserted. But you can start with the process. The first step is to go to Google and research articles within the niche. Create a spreadsheet, find articles, add them in a spreadsheet, all the links, and then you can start working from there. You can start going to the websites and you can start outreaching. You have templates in the classroom, as I mentioned, some good templates that were used by our agency for how to approach websites for backlinks, because we do that on a daily basis. And basically try to negotiate for a link, right? And once they come back to you, basically the next step would be to negotiate the right keyword and the right link. So you would have to say, hey, I want the link, but I want it pointing to this page. And you're going to say the landing page of your website. And I would like that also to be on this keyword. So the anchor text should be with this keyword. And this is one way of link building that we are using right now. It's called link insertion. I'm letting you know about this because this is something that I can see that is working the best right now, because you can also do guest posting. That's basically write an article on your own and just contact the webmaster to publish that article, because in that way, they're also getting a new article posted on their website. And then within that article, you're inserting your link. But what is the issue with that? First of all, you'll have to write an article for them. And then what can happen is Google might not index the page that they will post with your article. If Google doesn't index the page, the backlink is not useful at all, because that page is not indexed and it doesn't transfer any back to your website. That's why link building requires a lot of effort. It can be tricky as well. For example, guest posting. I was working with guest posting a lot during the previous years, but right now I would suggest that link insertion is the best way. Identify existing article, check if indexed. Do you know how to check if a page is already indexed? Let me share back my screen here. Can you see the screen? For example, you copy the link. Let's try with this page. And then in Google, you just add site. And if it comes up like this, then it is indexed. If it's not indexed, it will show like no results found. So that is very easy trick to check if a page is indexed. Just reset site, do that, paste the link, and here it is. So for all the articles that you can find, for connecting to them with the links, it would be really good to basically check if it's already indexed. If it's not indexed, then you don't need that. It's not gonna do anything for you. I would not suggest for you to go after that link. But if it's indexed, then, just go in there. For example, if I find out this way your page, I can go in contacts, get in touch, right? You have the contact info. You have the email right here, and I can just reach out to you for a backlink from your website. And this is the process that you can use, and you can use the templates as well. Let me share them with you here as well, so it's going to be easier for you. Just give me a second to find it. Here it is. I pasted it in the chat, and you have a document here with a lot of different templates that you can start using for reaching out to these websites. And if you can get those kind of links, I think that is going to be very beneficial for your website. And by the way, one more thing that I wanted to ask you here is for the tool that you use right now, I forgot what was the name. Can you check statistics for the website? For example, for another website, to paste it there and to see what is their authority score, what is their traffic, keyword, so on?
Yeah, it's called Flickover, and you get like a bunch of tools. So I got Ahrefs, SEMrush, Canva, all kinds of tools, but you can't set up tracking and stuff in them if you have a personal account. But you can go in and do all the research and stuff like that.
That's great. I don't know about it. It's like cable for tools.
Yeah.
For SEO.
Yeah, they've somehow negotiated like big discounts, and then they just let people use the site. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I will definitely check it out as well. And there's also a subscription there? What's the monthly subscription for that?
I think it's around that. You can do a month, 6 months, a year. I think it's a couple $100 for the whole year. I do 6 months. I sent a link or the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. And I like that because I get so many tools for less than what I was paying for just SEMrush.
Yeah, this is a very interesting concept because you can also check things with a lot of different tools, not to rely too heavy on only one tool. So that's really great. So whenever for these specific metrics, like for the keyword volume or the authority of the page, the DR of the page, I would recommend using Ahrefs. So if you, as you said, you have access to it as well. You don't need the tracking options. You just need, for the link building, you just need to enter the website that you found, the article, and see if the site is good. Because if they have DR, if it's still good to link back to your website, but right now you have DR, let me see. So you have of 21. So ideally you would like to find sites to link that are above that. And usually the minimum threshold, I would say, is 25 to 30 for a good website to link to. You can just see if they have see if a website is performing well in the last couple of months. You can check that in the performance dashboard with the traffic. Because if you see a situation where, and we were discussing this earlier for your website, when I saw that it's going up, not by a lot, but it's trending in the right direction regarding the traffic. If you see a website that just opened the performance dashboards, the progress in the last year, if the line is going very down for the traffic, that means that for some reason that page could be penalized by Google because they were performing well, right? They had thousands of traffic. And then after some Google core updates, they went straight down. It's not worth the effort to go for a website like that, for a link like that, because it's clearly penalized by Google. It's not going to be worth for your website as well, or for your backlink as well, because sometimes the DR can stay for the page, but it can be penalized for the content on it, and it can go right away to the bottom with traffic and with visitors to the website. So that's not something that I would recommend. So just check if the website is healthy, if it has a good PR, good traffic. It doesn't have to be a lot of traffic to the website as well, but just to see if it's normal progression of the traffic, if it's not penalized by Google. Those are some things that you can check. And if everything is good, you check the article. If the article is good, then you reach out to the webmasters, to the bloggers, and you can see where the conversation will take you. Sometimes, just to say about this, persistence can be worth it as well, because on the first email, they maybe wouldn't write back to you, but if you chase with a couple of emails, they can come back to you as well. So there's a lot of, even for link building, you can learn a lot about the stuff or the tactics or the strategy that you need for the link building, but it's just a very hard work thing. There's a lot of things that you have to manually check that. I believe that when Vic was a guest here in these Q&A sessions, we were discussing about that topic as well with all of the AI automations right now. People are also asking, like, how can I automate link building, for example? And it's not possible, to be honest. If it's possible, we would automate it right away as an agency. That will help us a lot. Still, we are doing the whole manual work. We have like big teams that they work on the whole process, because it's just a lot of groundwork, to be honest, a lot of checking, a lot of reaching out to people. And that's basically how it works. Yeah.
Okay. I've been watching Julian's section on link building and stuff too. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of great classes here in the Elite Circle. So you can there's a couple of them, starting from, let's say, from the most general information. And then for some of the other courses, it goes into more deeper information. So I would suggest to start from beginning to see all the basics. There's a lot of good videos also on how to do research on HFs for keywords, but it's generally once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. So I can share my screen once again, just because we have a couple of 10 minutes left. I want to show this to you as well, because we discussed a lot about link building today. And this is really important part of it. As I said, to identify the right keywords for your page. So if you go to the Keywords Explorer section of HFs, for example, I'm just going to add here something that is more common. Swimming lessons, let's say. So you can see a lot of search volume, a lot of traffic potential. And you can see that the keyword difficulty is 0 to 100. So this is estimation based on the competitiveness of the keyword. An estimation, how hard is it to rank on the first page for the said keyword. It's not an exact science, an exact math. It's an estimation, but it can give you an idea what is happening within the niche. So what you can do for identifying some low-hanging fruits, you can go here, matching terms. And then you have a lot of filter options here within the matching terms section. So for example, as we said, the first keyword, swimming lessons, let's say I want to push for that one. It's very hard. It's hard to get into the first page. Then I go to matching terms. And what you can do is you can filter the keyword difficult. So let's say I will filter from 0 to 15. Those will be a lot easier to start ranking for. And as you can see here, we have similar keywords, 18,000. So that's very overwhelming, right? You cannot check 18,000 keywords. But if you just add the keyword difficulty, which is from 0 to 15, it's going to filter out a lot of these difficult keywords. And for example, as you see right now, we only have 1,228 keywords with that keyword difficulty. So this is really good. You can also filter the volume, let's say, because you will need keywords that are 0 volume, because it's not going to bring you a lot of value. But let's say from 500 to whatever the maximum is. Oh, and you see this only leaves us with 7 keywords. So from 18 keywords, we've filtered them to 7 keywords that are with good search volume and also difficulty from 0 to 15, which means easier for you to rank for. So for example, adult swimming lessons near me, a lot of search volume, keyword difficulty 1. Adult swimming lessons as well, swimming lessons for adults. So if I'm starting a new page for my swimming lessons business, if I start with the main keyword, swimming lessons, it will take me a lot of time to get it ranked on the first page. But if I do this filtering, you can basically come down to these suggestions And for example, private swimming lessons, also very good keyword, not a lot of difficulty, very high search volume. So I can start going after these with either service pages. I would create a service page for adult swimming lessons or private swimming lessons. I will do the H1 title for that, the URL, Slack, everything to be optimized for that keyword. And you can start link building to these keywords as well. For example, private swimming lessons, and then you reach out to the bloggers, you use that keyword, you're linking back to the service page that you created specifically for that keyword, and you're going to see results much easier than if you go for that standard keywords swimming lessons. So this is a way, and you have a lot of different filters here as well. You can play on with that. You can see global volume, global traffic potential, click per search. There's a lot of, if there's something that you would like to filter out, but mainly keyword difficulty and volume is the most important thing to identify. And yeah, that would be it regarding keywords. There's a lot of different nuances as well, but this is something that I wanted to share with you as well. That is something that is more quick and that you can take it as additional value. And maybe you can start checking out for all of these pages, for all of these different services that you have on the page. You can basically check with these methods on Ahrefs to see which are the keywords that you can go for with good search volume, good keyword difficulty, and then you can outreach for those for backlinks as well.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff to it, and these things are also covered in the courses by Julian. So it's a good step that you started to watch these. And yeah, just let me know, even on these weekly calls that we do, if you get to some kind of blockage, you can just let me know and we can work it out together. But these are the main tips, I would say, for right now, for when you're starting to getting more into link building.
Okay. All right. I'll spend some time watching that video on the link building and stuff again. And
yeah, that's a good way to start. So I definitely encourage you to do that. Do you have any questions, maybe other questions or new questions that you have right now from everything that I presented here? Or
no, not that I can think of. I'm overwhelmed.
yeah, there's a lot of information. That's why I tried to keep it simple. But yeah, it's gonna, once you start doing it yourself, when somebody else is explaining, it looks very overwhelming, as you said, a lot of information, a lot of things to do. But when you start doing it yourself, then as you do it, if you rinse and repeat the same process a couple of times, then it's just basically a second nature, and you're doing it very fast and very efficient, and it wouldn't take that much time as it would take in the beginning, of course. But yeah, it is what it is.
Julian uses some software for his outreach. I can't remember what it is. Post something. Like, is that something you'd recommend? Or
yeah, there's a lot of yeah, Postaga. I believe it's Postaga. Yeah. You can definitely try that as well. I was trying to give you the manual guidance in terms of how to reach out by yourself. You have templates and everything without an additional cost or buying another tools. But there's a lot of in the classrooms as well. You have these SOPs and checklists by Julian that you can check. And there's a lot of applications there, a lot of pages, a lot of softwares that you can use that can make the whole process easier. So you can definitely check all of those and try something on your end. I just wanted to give the basics of it and something that you wouldn't need to pay for, at least, because you do have the access to Ahrefs, as you said. You can do the research there and you can outreach on your own via email, but you can also check Staga. You can definitely try and to automate some of the processes. That's for sure.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for the info. I sure appreciate it.
Of course, you're the most regular here on this call. We didn't have a lot of people or anybody else joining this meeting today. It is what it is. During the summer period, the crowd is less on these calls, but we had the time to at least put more focus on your website and for me to give you some tips. Yeah, I'm happy with the outcome for this call as well.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, man.
No problem at all, Mark. And as I said, if you have any blocks, you can come with questions on the next call, or you can also DM me on school. I'll be happy to help you out.
Okay. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
No worries at all. Thank you very much for joining and for your time. And yeah, see you next week.
All right. Yeah. Have a good week.
You too, Mark. Bye.
Bye.